Welcome back to another episode of Reality Hits Matt. I'm your host, Michelle.
And I'm Matt.
Today we'll be covering Season 2, Episode 3 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Before we get into that, Matt, you want to do your recap?
Sure. Recap of Season 2, Episode 2. So this episode started off at the happy hour at Miranda's house.
Yes.
And it was a rollover from the previous episode. All the girls were there, including Whitney.
Yes.
And they were trying to, I guess, hash out the swinging scandal and what was going on there and why Miranda was coming back to Mom Talk and Secret Lives. She was saying that Mom Talk was getting in the way of her marriage, and she's recently divorced, so she's looking for some support. She wants to get back into it. The girls are kind of skeptical. She's just here for money, here for the fame. They get into the swinging scandal. You know, Taylor saying one thing, that there was more going on. Miranda's saying they were just making out.
Yeah.
So they're having this conversation, and I guess Miranda and Taylor kind of open up. They were both kind of hurt by what happened.
Yeah.
With Taylor kind of, I guess, taking a little far, telling Miranda's ex-husband this dream she had about him, and it just kind of, I guess, escalated things. I mean, you're already swinging, so I don't know what you expect to happen, but things...
I think it was that Taylor claims Chase told her he had feelings for her after that.
Okay.
And Miranda feels like when Taylor told Chase about the dream, it opened the door for Chase to be more open about his feelings.
Right.
With
Okay.
her,
Right.
which caused more drama.
Right. Okay. So I guess kind of the end of this part of the episode, Taylor and Miranda are like, this is a conversation we need to have, like, without all the girls, which just, I think, kind of is setting off, like, what, Jesse and Mikayla, and they're like, how do we get to the bottom of this?
More so Jesse.
Okay.
Jesse really wants to get to the bottom of this.
Right.
I think the other girls just want to settle the drama between Taylor and Miranda.
Well, and like they're also like, they don't know who's telling the truth.
Right.
And it's like, it looks bad on Taylor because they've been friends with her. But how do you trust somebody that's coming in new?
And who has talked shit about her in the past.
Right.
So when you're friends with Taylor, they just want to get to like the bottom of that. But like most of the girls don't care the resolution, but Jesse wants to like get to the bottom.
Right.
Of it.
Yeah. Sure. The other thing that came out of this happy hour at the end was Taylor kind of sticking up for Whitney because she's saying it's tough when you're down and people are beating you when you're down, which is what Whitney's been going through. Taylor's been there, and she kind of calls out all the other girls in front of Whitney, kind of supports Whitney there. So I thought that was nice. From there, we go to a scene with just the guys.
Yep.
It was Dakota, Zac, Jordan, and Brett.
Yes.
And they were fly fishing. They all get along great. The big takeaway from that was Dakota is really trying to work on things. He's upset mainly to be there for his son. Doesn't seem, I guess he wants to work things out with Taylor, but his main concern is his son.
Yeah. His main concern is ruining his relationship with his son.
Yeah. And then I guess Zac was saying that Jen, he's moving back in with her for like a trial period.
Yeah.
And he has since left the church, which I thought was kind of crazy because his family's very religious. But it sounds like he was getting death threats and all kind of threats and looked at, poorly in the church.
Yeah.
Dakota states that he was also receiving a lot of backlash online.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. I mean, when you put yourself out there, it is reality TV. There are a lot of crazy people out there on the internet. They'll say all kind of crazy shit. So
yeah.
So then from there, we go to the coffee shop.
Yes.
With Zac, Jesse, and Demi. Because of previous things that were said. Zac had talked shit on their marriages when his marriage wasn't doing so well.
Yeah.
And they, I guess, wanted to hash this out. He had said sorry before. He didn't seem like he was sorry. He just got caught saying terrible things. Well, then it comes out during all this that it sounds like Jen maybe saying some stuff to the girls bad about Zac.
Yeah.
And it's a whole mess of things, and we don't know who's telling the truth. And Jesse and Demi are very confused because
Zac wanted to confront Demi about saying that he gambled away his tuition that his parents gave him for medical school. And then Demi was like, well, that's what Jen told me. So, like, is it the truth? And he said, that's a lie.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just like, what's the truth? What isn't? They're being told one thing from Jen when she's with them. And he doesn't know that she's saying those things.
Right, which is messed up. So I think they come away from that wanting to get Jen there and have the conversation with all four of them.
Yeah.
And then we get to dinner at Taylor's parents' house.
Yes.
Taylor's parents invite Dakota over for dinner. Taylor doesn't know Dakota's coming. Yeah. It's a whole family affair. Taylor's whole family's there.
So stupid.
Yeah, like we said last week, it'd be one thing if it was just Taylor's parents, Dakota and Taylor, and it was like a kind of a weird intervention trying to, get them together and talk and hash things out. But Taylor's whole family's there, and everybody is ganging up on Taylor and taking Dakota's side and saying they need to work this out and they need to, she needs to be with him and all this stuff. And it's a lot. Her dad is saying a lot of crazy things about her past and asking about her Halloween costume because there's a Halloween party coming up in this.
Yep.
He's asking her if it's slutty and just kind of shaming her, which she's 30 years old. Like, she's an adult. She can do whatever she wants. Which is crazy. Yeah. So that kind of, I guess, plays on what Sylvia was saying at our season 1 recap. Yeah. Because we liked him going into season 2. Yeah. Seemed, down to earth, kind of had some one-liners, some funny stuff there. Wanted to see more of him. We don't want to see more of him now. Yeah. Kind of what Sylvia was saying. So then the only person that really steps up during all this is Taylor's younger sister. Yeah. Everybody's fighting, there are kids there, and it's just a bad situation, and her sister's like, no, you guys need to be separated. Like, you need to work this shit out. Like, you need to be separated, take time apart, and work this out. So like she's the only one that seems to have any sense. Yeah. So from there, we go to Jesse's house, and it's the meeting of, I guess, the 4 plus Jesse to talk about Zac and Jen and the confusion in their stories. Yeah. And from what you were telling me, this was awkward. Like, Jen and Zac were looking at each other like there's maybe something that one of them's hiding, or they don't want to say something. So it's like, yeah, no, it wasn't like that, and looking at each other like, right? Yeah. And I don't know. So Zac says he did gamble, but we don't know where the money came from. Was it his tuition? Right. Was it his family's money? Just very awkward. Yeah. So I don't even know what to take away from that.
Yeah, it was very much like Jen was about to say, yes, he did, but then she stopped herself knowing that Zac would probably get upset. So then she looked at Zac. Right. And was like, well, maybe you want to clarify. And he was like, are we really going to do this right now? And then they were like, yeah, I gambled behind Jen's back, but it wasn't my parents' money. And then Jen kind of just started deflecting back onto the girl, saying, like, if you had my marriage, or like you were true friends, like, you wouldn't be talking shit about my marriage. Yeah. And then brings up some drama that happened at Vanderpump Villa with Demi. Yeah. And so Demi wasn't really like impressed that like she wanted to try to like throw the drama her
Right,
way.
but even what you were saying about that, it didn't seem like there was anything,
Right.
any wrongdoing there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And that comes back up this episode too with like some of the other girls defending
Okay.
Demi in that situation. So
okay.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just
It was
seems like
awkward.
a clusterfuck. There's so much.
I mean, there was
confusion
multiple
and-
awkward conversations with Jen and Zac that
Yeah.
last episode, especially with like Ben Affleck, like the cousin,
Oh right,
and
right.
Jen being so
She's like,
adamant.
well, yeah, I would wear that as a badge of honor, and, he's like,
like,
it's not true.
Yeah, so there was a lot of uncomfortable
Right.
conversations happening between the two of them where they're just not on the same page.
Yeah.
So
So then we go from there to Jesse's Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse has invited a whole slew of people that shouldn't have been invited.
yeah,
So Taylor's coming, obviously. She invited Dakota. They're not coming together,
yeah,
so they're not talking. Jesse invited Miranda's ex, Chase,
yeah.
and his new girlfriend. So there's just all these people, and Jesse had done this to get to the bottom of the swinging scandal and see who is lying. If she gets all these people together, we can finally get to the bottom of it. She can figure out who's telling the truth, who's lying. So, and then the other weird thing with inviting all of these people is she's having a Chippendales themed,
Performance.
I guess, performance going on. Oh man. Demi's husband, Brett,
Yes.
is going to be a Chippendales dancer with Jesse's husband, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And an actual Chippendales dancer shows up to
Yes.
coach them, show them how to dance. And Jen is going to be the guest of honor.
Yes.
And they're going to dance on her. And
Mm-hmm.
which, this coming from all the drama from Vegas, where Jen wasn't even allowed to be in the building. Now she's going to be danced on by her friends' husbands.
In front of her husband.
In front of her husband, which kind of sounds like swinging to me.
I don't
The start of it,
It wasn't
it's
that
getting
bad.
a little swingy. So we're trying to get to the bottom of one scandal. We're starting another scandal. I don't know what's going on here. Then I guess there's a big fight between Taylor, Dakota, and Chase. There's yelling. And it ends with the police are here.
Yep.
And that's the end. Is there anything that I missed that was... I feel like I drug that on for further than
No,
needed to be.
you hit all the...
All right.
the big
Well, let's
points.
get to episode 3.
Okay.
Let's move on.
All right, so jumping into episode 3, it's called The Book of Retribution.
Oh, thanks for letting
Yeah,
me know.
just want to make sure that you got the book.
Forgot last time.
So we pick back up at Jesse's Halloween party.
At the Halloween party. All right.
And it's Taylor yelling at Chase for lying about what he said at the gym. So Chase is trying to say that he also had a sex dream about Taylor and is denying the fact that he told Taylor he had feelings.
Okay.
Taylor is yelling, fuck you, Dakota, he just lied to your face. And Taylor really thinks that Dakota is like trying to side with Chase or be friends with him or
Okay.
like come to like a resolution with him and doesn't have her back at all during all of this.
Okay.
Dakota's trying to calm Taylor down and says, you're mad, I understand. And Taylor says, don't tell me what to do. Kate, who's Chase's girlfriend,
Okay. Kate.
is expressing to Miranda that she loves Chase, but he's a dickhead. Kate said she didn't think that he was interested in the drama from like previous conversations, but it seems like he does. And Miranda's +1 says, honestly, like he's always about the drama.
Okay.
So she's thrown off that he's like so into like fighting with Taylor instead of like going to check on her, because she's gone up to him multiple times now to try to be like, let's walk away. And
Right.
now she's
right.
over here crying. So like, she's like, why is he so into like fighting with Taylor about this? Like, let's just not do this. Meanwhile, Brett, Jordan, and the Chippendales performers are upstairs and the girls are gonna oil them up to get ready.
Well, it's funny. Like I'm curious, like the timeline, if this is happening while the commotion's going on with the fight, or if this is just like footage that they had
No,
before the fight. Oh, you can hear the fight
going
and
on in the back.
they're just going to be like, yeah, we're going to keep getting ready. We got a show to put on. we got to get oiled up and ready.
The guys are staying upstairs because they're shirtless and in like their bow ties and outfits, so they don't want to go downstairs and then be like, what the fuck is going on? So the girls leave the guys upstairs and go downstairs to see what the commotion is.
Okay.
So the guys are upset because they were supposed to get oiled up by the girls, and now the girls are downstairs dealing with this fight.
Now it's just dudes oiling each other up.
And practicing their dance. In a mirror. So Macy tries to step in and tells Taylor that they should de-escalate the situation, and Taylor says that she's fine, but Dakota agrees and says that it's just like really awkward. He's like, there's a bunch of people staring at us. Like, we should just not do this right now. Taylor is so focused on the fact that Chase is lying, and then Chase goes, you're lying. Dakota starts asking Taylor why she's getting so worked up, and she says, I fucking hate you, you're not my partner.
Oh, wow.
Jesse in an interview says, I might be regretting the guest list now. I did not foresee this happening.
Bullshit.
And if I would have known, I would have nixed half the people here.
Yeah, you should have from the get-go. You're stirring the pot.
Her smile during that interview makes me feel like she knew exactly what she was fucking doing. She was like sitting there being like, oops.
What did I do?
So Layla confronts Chase and asks him if he's happy now because he caused all this drama, and this is why he showed up. She's like, this is why you showed up, for this drama. Like, you wouldn't have come for any other reason. Chase asks where Kate went, and Layla informs him that she's trying to remove herself because she doesn't want to be around this, and Kate's over in the corner hugging Miranda.
Okay.
Layla in an interview says that the intentions behind Chase coming tonight were not pure. She admits that they dated for a little over a month, and she can see bad, toxic traces of him. She calls him Chase the Clout Chaser. So I think she dated him, probably saw his true colors, said goodbye, and now she's like, why the fuck
why
are
is
you
he here?
Yeah. It cuts to Dakota and Chase talking in the corner, and Dakota is saying he wants to know the truth from both Taylor and Chase's side. Taylor is telling Macy that it's fine, they can be friends like Dakota and Chase. So
right.
Chase and Dakota are over here in the corner, and then like 5 feet away are Macy and Taylor. So they're not even that far. Taylor's yelling at Dakota that he doesn't have her back, but Dakota feels the same way about her. Dakota starts to leave the party because Miranda like goes up to Chase and goes, you need to leave. And Dakota goes, you know what, I'm going to leave. Like, I didn't even want to come here. I got forced, like, you know, Jordan made me come, like, I'm leaving.
Right.
Taylor chases after him, and Macy's trying to tell Taylor that they need space.
Just let him leave.
And Taylor's yelling at Dakota that they have a child together and he needs to talk to her. And Dakota just keeps walking away. So, like, Taylor is just, like, you just need...
Let him leave.
F you, but then, like, you need
to
talk
to hold on.
And then Taylor in an interview says that she feels so betrayed because she expected him to have her back, and she feels really left alone, and her boyfriend just left her. You just told Dakota that he's not your partner.
Right.
So which one is it?
Yeah, is he or is he not?
Like, that's messy.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have the best of both worlds. You can't be yelling at him, fuck you, and, like, not even, like, try to, like, rationally talk to him.
Yeah.
And then he tries to leave you because you're saying that, and then you are saying, my boyfriend just left me. Anyway, so Miranda's telling Chase that he needs to make up with Taylor and just be good if he wants to stay. And Kate is crying, saying, I'm going to go home. I hate him. Kate is now with Jesse because they're friends. And, like, Jesse brings her to, like, another room where there's no cameras.
Okay.
And then Demi is standing there kind of, like, in the middle. And she yells, your girlfriend just left. Not sure if you want to go check on her. But, like, maybe that's what's more important here than this. And as he passed to me, he goes, well, where's your husband? And then, like, taps her, like, on the, like, the leg. And in a normal situation, I would say that that's not an aggressive thing to do. But all night he's been pointing at people. And, like, he just seems like a very, like, I'm going to do this one thing to put you on edge. Like, he could have just passed her and said, where's your husband? And not touched her. But, like, he had to just, like, tap her, like, where's your husband?
Yeah.
And so she goes, he's upstairs. And so Demi then like was like, I didn't like that. So she goes and tells Brett, like, Brett, you need to come talk to Chase because he just put his hands on me. So Brett comes running downstairs shirtless. And then Mikayla goes, why is he shirtless? And runs outside. So Chase is like already outside leaving. And Brett runs outside and goes, Chase, get over here. And then the intro plays.
Okay.
So after the intro, the entire party exits the house to the front lawn to witness the drama. Miranda is surprised that Demi got that upset about the interaction. She says that she saw Chase touch her, but she didn't think it was that, aggressive. But again, like, if you have no reason to touch someone and you don't have to, like, it wasn't like, can you move aside because it's crowded? You had plenty of space to like, pass.
Also, tensions are high. Everybody's yelling at each other.
Yeah,
like...
and you were already, like, just yelling at someone. So, like, if someone's, like, that aggressive and worked up, like, you don't want them touching you at all, Like, that puts you on edge.
Yeah.
They're out on the front lawn, and Miranda stays inside, and she just starts crying. So, the entire time she's trying to stay strong for Kate and trying to, like, de-escalate. And then once it spills out and, like, there's other people involved, she just starts crying.
Okay.
And Zac and her +1, I think his name's Jacob, are inside trying to like comfort her. Taylor says that she's happy Chase got into it with more than her because it's proving her point of how psychotic he is, and manipulative and gaslighting. Brett is not backing down because Chase is like, I didn't mean to be aggressive. Like, he's just kind of like trying to be nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
And Brett is like, there's no reason you should put your hands on a woman that doesn't ask you. Like, you touched her without her consent. Like, there's no reason. You're not even going to explain this away from me. Like, it's absolutely not. So at this point, Taylor tries to approach the guys that are yelling at one another, and Macy has to run after her. And she goes, I'm just like walking over here. And Macy's like, we don't need to go over there. Jesse runs up and goes, we don't need to get involved with this in case it gets physical. Like, I don't need you over there.
Right.
And Macy in an interview says, oh shit, here we go. And she says she can see Taylor's in the zone and that she's so mad. She doesn't want to get it getting ugly. So she's basically like, I don't need Taylor in the middle of a physical thing because of her past. Like, she needs to back the fuck away.
She's going to catch some charges.
Right. So Chase says, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, and as he's saying it, he's pointing at Demi again. I just, like, I hate that. Like, they're, like, pointing at her, and it's just unnecessary. Like, you know who you're talking about, and I think that's just, like, an aggressive move. Like, you don't need to be pointing at people. And Brett tells him to go apologize, so Chase approaches Demi and says, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Like, he's trying to then explain it again. And that's when Jordan steps in and goes, take ownership. And it got really aggressive really fast for a hot second. So he says, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Jordan says, okay, now get the fuck out of here. And then as he leaves, everyone claps.
Oh my gosh.
Jesse in an interview says, I originally invited Chase to get to the bottom of the swinging scandal, but we're going to leave that on a ... And I was like, she's like, I really hope we figure out the truth soon. You were upstairs as they were getting to the bottom of the swinging scandal because Taylor was confronting him about the reason that Miranda and her stopped fighting. So it was going the way that you wanted it to.
Right.
You just weren't there for it. It was noted that Dakota thought that Chase was lying. So it was getting to the bottom of who's lying and who's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Except it blew up in your fucking face. So there doesn't need to be a ... This is the dot. It's done.
Right.
Leave it the fuck alone, Jesse. Leave it the fuck alone. I was like, we're going to leave it on a ... No, we're not. So inside, after Chase leaves, Taylor approaches Miranda and gives her a hug after everything. Miranda's crying and then just starts like laughing a little, and she says that she's like still wearing her crab claws, and she's like, this is like embarrassing. So she takes them off, and Miranda tells Taylor that she just feels so triggered by everything that happened with Chase. Miranda is worried that this is going to get in the middle of their co-parenting relationship because it has been good so far.
Oh, right. They have kids together. Right. Yeah.
And so she's just worried about that. And she knows like how kind of unstable, I guess, Chase can be.
Yeah.
Like he's very just, you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's not great for the children.
Yeah. So in the middle of this conversation, the cops show up.
Yeah, I was about to ask because I thought they were showing up at the end of last episode.
They kind of like overlapped, like the arguing.
Okay, yeah, I was like, wait, so it sounds like everybody's like good. Chase left.
Yeah,
everybody's doing all right. Where the hell are the cops at? Like, did they just show up real quick and then peace out? All right.
So it calmed down a little bit because Chase had left, but because of all the yelling in the front lawn, the neighbors called.
Okay.
So it took them like a second to get there.
Yeah.
So by the time the cops got there, like it kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
So Jesse goes outside, and in an interview, Jesse says that this is their first gathering at their new house, and they've only been in the neighborhood a few months. She's like, I'm worried we're going to get kicked out of this neighborhood after this. So really, the cops are just asking, like, hey, what happened? Are these people still here? Do you think it's going to happen again? Did anything get physical? And she was like, no, nothing got physical. She was like, do you watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
Oh, my God.
They're like, was it a couple? And she's like, well, it was kind of like a lot of exes. She's like, but
it's this whole swinging scandal.
And so the cops are like, no, we don't watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She's like, okay, because that would explain a lot. So after they're like, do you think like that's over? And she's like, yeah, everyone like that would cause drama has left.
Right.
So the cops call it a day, and they're like, if we come back, like we're gonna have to.
It's gonna be trouble.
So Jesse comes back in and says, let's have a good time now. And Zac and Jen are talking about the other drama that was going on. Like they're trying to figure out why Taylor was so mad at Dakota. So they're like in the corner, like couple, like talking to one another. And the Chippendales people are upstairs and don't know what to do. And Demi says, we just need to go down there and dance to like change the mood of the night. Demi ushers everyone into the living room, and Demi puts a chair in the middle and says, the guest of honor is Jenny Boo. And Jen looks at Zac and says, oh, freak, babe. And he says, I trust you. And Demi says that this is a really good moment for Zac to redeem himself.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
The guys come downstairs and they start their dance, and Jen does like this kind of thing to the girls, like let's not do this. And honestly, like half the time they're facing away from Jen.
Okay.
They did show clips where like they were like leaning back on her chair arms and then like doing like a body wave, and she was like this. To me, it didn't look all that bad.
Right.
It was mostly them just dancing in front of her and like facing the crowd.
And she's just sitting on the chair.
And she's just sitting there, except for a few like body rolls here and there. And then at the end, the guys pick up like their wives and start dancing on them.
Okay.
So it really, as much as like I was like, this isn't necessary to do this to someone, I'm like, yeah, was it really that bad? No. Like, it was kind of funny. Okay. But I thought it was unnecessary that at the end of it, Brett goes up to Zac and gives him like one of those like bro hugs and goes, exposure therapy, bud. And it's like, you don't have to be his therapist.
Yeah, that's
weird. So Zac looks pissed during all of this. And he just says that this is another dig at him and Jen's marriage. Mm-hmm. And the fact that none of them reached out to him or Jen about this ahead of time really just speaks that they don't have any respect for them.
Wait, so did Jen not know? I thought this was just all set up.
No, we'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a little bit. Okay. Zac is under the impression that neither of them knew about this.
Okay. All right. Let's move on.
Jen says it does make her question Demi and Jesse's intentions because of how they treated her relationship in the past. Yeah. She doesn't know if she should be enjoying herself or not. And very shortly after that performance, Jen and Zac leave the party, like as everyone else is still there.
Bye.
And then all the other girls, like immediately after that performance, they're just talking about the drama that happened before. So they don't even like
so it's like
linger.
It wasn't even a thing.
Yeah. So
it's outshined by the previous drama.
Taylor just going back to talking about why she was mad at Dakota.
Right.
Immediately.
Okay.
So Mikayla and her family are trick-or-treating, and she's with her sisters. Mikayla says that her sister's costumes are her favorite part of Halloween this year. They are both wearing Mom Talk sweatsuits, like the black ones, like Whitney got them at the Macy's like birthday retreat.
Okay.
She says one of them showed up as her and the other showed up as Whitney. The one that showed up as Whitney has a headband on, and on the back she has a sign that says "I'm never wrong."
Okay.
I was like, the level of pettiness in this whole family, apparently. Which, like, I don't know if there's been drama between her and Whitney outside of, like, filming.
Right.
But there has been nothing between her and Whitney since that birthday party. So, like, oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
All the sisters start talking about the happy hour that happened at Miranda's house. And Mikayla says that the only reason she went was to tell Miranda how she felt. But she admits that she was probably a little too mean. And she came off probably too harsh and too honest.
Yeah, she was saying, like, I can't even be around you because you're a liar. Yeah.
Convenient timing, wrong intentions. I don't see us hanging out on the weekend, all that stuff. So apparently growing up, they couldn't express their feelings freely, so they would have to hold it in until like everything built up so much that it would just come out as
an
anger.
Outburst. Okay.
And then it comes out wrong.
Right.
They don't know how to validate other people's feelings because they never got that growing up.
Okay.
So she's like, I don't even know how to say, like, I empathize with you because I was never empathized with.
Yeah.
Mikayla says that she was surprised to see Miranda stand up for Taylor during the Halloween party. And she has too many things, like, happening for too many years. And she's done taking people's shit. So she's like conflicted about how she feels about Miranda because she's like, I don't want to just forgive her, not even forgive her. I don't want to trust her.
Yeah.
Just to start taking her shit if she is lying. But
right,
I was surprised to see that Miranda stood up for Taylor in that moment.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. But yeah, you don't want to like open up or trust somebody that just came back into your life that has been possibly lying. Like, it's tough. Yeah.
And she says that she really wants to keep her peace because she thinks that her chronic health issues are really related to her deep-rooted traumas.
Oh, okay.
And it cuts like a montage of TikToks of her like skin conditions.
Yeah.
And just like it honestly looks terrible. And she's
Yeah.
like crying. One of her TikToks, she's like, I've cut out dairy and gluten and sugar and like, I'm still not seeing results. And she says that she feels like she has been going through an autoimmune disease without going through an autoimmune disease. But she's been going through trying to find her voice, and her skin has been doing a lot better.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, any type of thing like that, like, you don't need the stress of all this drama and bullshit, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it kind of gets deeper. So, like, she's talking through, like, with her sisters, and her sisters, like, especially you, like, you went through a lot. And in an interview, it comes out, and Mikayla says that she was sexually abused for 4 or 5 years. And
jeez.
It stopped when she was 15. So it started when she was probably, like, 10 or 11, and ended when she was 15. And she decided she just couldn't take it any longer. She says Halloween of 2015 she went to her mom, but her mom didn't believe her.
Oh jeez.
So she always has a hard time around this time of year because she feels like that's when she lost her voice.
Yeah.
So at that point she stopped telling anyone, and she didn't think that anyone would believe her. And she believes that that was really the turning point where her body shifted.
Okay.
And so she has a fear of reliving it all again, but she knows that she needs to go to therapy to address and work it all out.
Okay.
So it was a really, really deep scene with Mikayla and just focusing on her traumas and skin, and kind of explains a lot about her personality.
Yeah. And I'll stop calling her the sick girl. I feel bad now.
Yeah.
Just...
Yeah, probably not the best. But
no, hopefully she's doing okay.
Yeah.
Now.
So, yeah,
we got a couple more seasons to go. We'll check in on her as we go.
Going on. And I know she's still, like, working through it, but in this episode particularly, like, I was looking at her skin and, like, it looks better than other episodes. So,
that's good.
Hopefully that's helping.
Yeah.
So, we go to Zac and Jen going for a walk through a park. Zac thinks that the Chippendales thing was just another jab from Jesse and Demi at Jen and his expense. So he is telling Jen this.
Yeah.
He thinks that they had no right to force exposure therapy on someone, and He's mostly upset that they didn't tell them that that was going to happen. Zac tells Jen that he went and talked to them about the issues he had with them, and yet 4 days later, they're at a Halloween party in front of 100 friends that they don't know, and they're made into the comedy act.
Yeah.
So he said it would have been a different story if Brett had reached out asking if he was cool with it, or even if the girls reached out to Jen. Zac then straight asked Jen if they asked.
Yeah.
And she tells him no.
Okay.
Jen then says she did hear Demi and Jesse bring it up jokingly, but she didn't think that they were serious.
So is this just her covering? Like, did they just bring it up jokingly, or did they ask her?
So it cuts to an interview with Jen, and she says that she kind of knew that they were going to do this. And then it cuts to a scene where Jen's getting her hair done at Jizz Styles.
The Jizz Studio.
And Demi is telling Jen, Brett is going to come in a normal costume and then rip it off, and he will be in a Chippendales costume.
Oh, shit. So we got the evidence right here.
And Jen says, I love that. Jen says she didn't realize how bad it would upset Zac, and she just wanted to be the fun friend. She didn't want to question their intentions behind it, and she didn't ask herself how she would feel about it. Now, I will say in this clip, they didn't specifically say, and they're going to dance on
right.
you.
Okay, yeah.
So there could be a scenario where Jen knew a Chippendales aspect was going to be present at the party.
An act was going to take place. Brett was going to come out and be a dancer.
Right.
Not necessarily that Jen was going to be on a chair to be danced on.
So that wasn't part of the
okay.
clip, so I'll give Jen the benefit of the doubt, but saying that I had no idea anything was going to happen to her husband...
Yeah. That may have been said, though, and they cut that out.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
It's all for the drama.
So Zac thinks that they're really shitty friends, and he tells Jen that this is their marriage, not a game.
Yeah.
And if they were really friends, they wouldn't do that. And Jen feels tossed in the middle of having to pick between mom talk and her marriage. If it's a marriage that you want to fight for, you pick your marriage. Like, I don't know why she feels tossed in the middle of this.
I mean, Zac already made this decision for a few episodes ago. He was like, you're not going to miss them. Come to New York, be miserable.
But it's probably because of all this shit. I'll be like, yeah, you're not going to miss your shitty friends. Like, you need to find good friends.
Yeah, no, I get that, yeah.
So Zac says that it feels like a toxic environment and not a place where he wants to be raising their kids. Jen turns it on Zac, saying that she feels like she wished he wouldn't have put it, like, his frustrations about Demi and Jesse after the party onto her.
Okay.
Jen in an interview says that following the Halloween party, Zac got upset about it and was jumping to conclusions. And Jen says that it was triggering for her. We don't know what conclusions he was jumping to. I don't know if it was you knew that this was going to happen. I don't know what all was said, but that was where Jen left that.
Okay.
Zac says that he was not frustrated with her, but they continue to go to these parties with these people that don't care about them. Jen interrupts and says, you absolutely did get frustrated with me. Zac feels like he's constantly has to stand up for their marriage and defend their family, but it's her friends.
Right.
So he thinks that Jen should be doing this. I guess they're not on the same page of what's acceptable in their marriage.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we already saw that earlier in their whole back and forth.
This seems like a much healthier conversation about it, but Zac is still standing firm of you come to me and say that you were upset about what they did, but then we go to these parties and they do stuff.
Never confront them ever.
Right. And then I'm the bad person, but then when I go to confront them, I'm hearing something different. So what do you want? Because I'm hearing two different stories. That was the vibe I kind of got from Zac during all of this.
Okay. Some somewhat reasonable things coming from Zac for once.
Yeah. And then so then Jen goes, it just felt like Chippendales all over again. At this point, Zac is done. And Jen keeps saying, not to that extent, not to that extent. And Zac's like, no, I'm not going to be made out to be the bad person again. I didn't do anything this time. And Zac in an interview says that there's a lot of things that he needs to take accountability for, but he doesn't think everyone sees the full context of everything. Jen keeps telling him that he needs to own up to how he treats her in these situations, and that she's putting her foot down and standing up for herself. She starts crying and says she just felt really alone. At this point, Zac gets up and says he's done and asks for the cameras to be cut.
Okay, wow.
He's like, I need a break. Can we please cut the cameras? I can't do this. And Jen says, I don't want to take a break. I want to have an openly candid conversation about this right now. Jen asks if he's going to hear her out, and he just keeps walking away. Zac says, I'm not going to have this twisted on me again.
Yeah.
Jen says, you're making it about you and how you feel. He isn't considering how she feels. Zac in an interview says that he's been doing a lot of work on how to handle things differently. Jen is so sweet and pure-hearted that sometimes he feels like she gets ... And then he says, I can't finish that sentence. And the producers like sympathize with him. He goes, I don't want to say anything bad about Jen.
He said ...
No, like he like like it
Okay.
it like tapered off. Like he was like,
I'm like, hold on, because you said this earlier about Jesse.
No. She did say ... We're
Okay,
gonna leave
all
this
right.
on
I'm like, hold on.
No.
Like, why are people saying ...
Jesse did say ... He just says.
He just paused.
Yeah, so
okay.
he's like, Jen is so sweet.
You're
and
throwing
so
me
pure.
off here. I'm like, what the hell? Like, people say ... Like, this is a thing?
No, so
Must be a thing in Utah. I don't
in
know.
his interview, he was like, Jen is so sweet, so pure-hearted, but I feel like sometimes that allows her to... And then he's like, I'm not going to finish that sentence. He's like, I can't say anything bad about Jen. And the producers are like, yeah. Like so... He's like, I'm not going to sit here and talk shit on my wife.
Right. You guys have enough problems.
Yeah.
Let's not do this on camera. Why don't just go have a conversation together.
Jen tells Zac that he needs to own up about this, and she's not being quiet, and that if he doesn't want to be on camera, he can go. And if he doesn't want to be a part of this marriage, he doesn't need to be.
Jeez.
She says she will only move forward in this marriage if he takes accountability.
Okay. Accountability for what exactly?
That was the end of that scene.
Okay.
I'm becoming quickly not a Jen fan.
Yeah, I can tell.
I think that there's a lot where she deflects a lot of negative things onto others.
Yeah.
When things are probably getting a little too choppy for her.
Yeah.
It goes to a home video from Connor and Whitney, and Whitney is gone into labor. She said
oh right, yeah, she's
so there.
3 episodes in.
Yep.
Having the kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last episode she was like, her due date was the next day.
Yeah, she was they were out at the baby store getting some Halloween costumes. Like, when's your due date? Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So she goes into labor. She said that she heard there was some major drama at Jesse's Halloween party, but lucky for her, she can't afford the drama because all she can focus on right now is the baby. They're in the delivery room and they show like the names on the board, and then Connor's name is spelled wrong, and then like a little bit later they show and they had like corrected it. So I thought that was funny. Connor is telling Whitney that he really appreciates her carrying their child and for all the love that she's given him and their children. So it was like a really sweet moment. So it just shows them being together, him supporting her through labor, the birthing part of it, which they blurred out a lot of it, but they showed pretty much everything. And then they find out that they had a boy because they didn't find out beforehand.
Oh, okay.
So it was a boy.
Gotcha. Nice.
We cut to like a farm that has a corn maze, it has produce, it has kids' activities, it has animals, it has a Ferris wheel. Like,
okay, sounds like a fall festival.
Yeah, a fall festival kind of farm. It looks a little bit more like an actual business, but
sounds fun.
Jesse, Layla, Demi, Miranda, Mikayla, Taylor, and Macy all meet up. So everyone besides Jen and Whitney.
Okay, it's like, hey, you'd be better off just naming who's not there.
Yeah. So everyone but Jen and Whitney are there.
Okay.
Some of the girls bring their kids for a little play date. Not all the girls. Jen isn't there, and she's been kind of off the grid, but Jesse says that she's okay with that. The entire play date, Jesse's son, Jagger, is like a menace, and Jesse's constantly like...
I'm sorry, Jagger?
Jagger. Like Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger?
Yeah. I thought she was saying dagger for a second.
Dagger.
The camera sounded like dagger. I had to look it up. It's Jagger.
That just sounds like a Jagger bush.
So she's constantly telling him not to eat sand or throw things, or and he has like a little mohawk. Like he just like looks like a little menace. He likes to stir the pot too.
Yeah, no shit. Like mother like son.
Right. And I read an article. This was interesting. So apparently on his birth certificate, her ex-husband, like her first husband, was listed. But since then, she's changed that and has said that Jordan is the father. So there's a little controversy there.
Okay.
Who this kid's father is.
Okay.
So, I don't know. If anyone knows more about that, I read like one article very briefly about it. And I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, drop a comment if if you have more insight into that.
So the girls ask Miranda if she's talked to Whitney at all, and she tells them that her and Jen went yesterday and got her a gift. Demi asks Miranda how her and Jen got so close, and Miranda just says, just from hanging out. Miranda in an interview says that she sees a lot of like commonality between herself and Jen because she knows what it's like to have her marriage scrutinized.
Right.
And it cuts to Jen and Miranda having lunch together, and Jen saying that it just feels like she has to explain herself when she should just be receiving support. And Miranda tells Jen that she supports her marriage, and if they're going to work through it, she'll be there for them.
Okay.
So I think Miranda's just trying to like find someone who's like willing to accept her.
Yeah.
Which she hasn't received that from the other girls, but she has received it. Like Jen in the first episode at the happy hour was like, I think we should be supporting Miranda as a single mom. Like that's what mom talks about. And
right.
Whitney was like, I like Miranda, and she like met up with her. So like, yeah, she's going to hang out with the people that are open to hanging out with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
She has worked so hard to get in with you girls when
right.
Mikayla, you told her you didn't want to hang out with her.
Right.
So I find it a little odd that they're confused as to why she's, getting close with Jen or Whitney.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just found that interesting.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Miranda tells the girls that she just thinks Jen feels alone with the whole Zac thing because she doesn't want to upset him. But if she opens up to the girls, she already knows their answers and responses. And like Taylor's shaking her head like, yeah. So Jesse says, well, to be fair, everything that she's opened up to us about either has been a lie or Zac didn't know that she was saying it. And that's what gets her in trouble.
Yeah.
Miranda then says, so all of you aren't cool with Jen? And Layla just says that she hasn't been her biggest fan, especially for what she's done to Demi. Taylor then looks at Demi and goes, what did she do to you? And then Demi just explains to the girls that she's vindictive. Layla and Mikayla explained in separate interviews that Jen was being judgy for Demi being flirty with the guys when they went to the villa. They were both at the villa, and so...
Oh, yeah, this is what was brought up. Okay, brought up earlier,
and so they said, like, I know for a fact nothing happened.
Right.
And Mikayla said, if, like, Demi is flirty and that's okay in your marriage, I'm not here to judge, but, like, I know nothing, like, physical happened or crossed the line.
Right.
So they're just not happy that Jen would then take her judgment and try to like weaponize that against Demi for like, and then take the heat off of her for the Zac drama.
Right.
All the girls go into a corn maze besides Taylor and Miranda, so they stay back to have a chat. So Taylor confronts Miranda saying that their stories are still different and it's causing Taylor to have animosity towards Miranda. Miranda doubles down and says, anytime I touched anyone or did anything with anyone, the extent of it was kissing. Taylor looks at her like she doesn't agree, and Taylor comes out and says, yes, it was kissing, but it was a little bit more. She compares it to Love Island plus a little bit more, and I'm like, what the hell is this Love Island? Like, I need to watch this. Because Taylor then explains that what she was saying, that they were all hooking up with one another, was, yes, they were kissing, but then she goes, we had sex in the shower with our husbands, but we were all together. We had sex in the same bed at the same time. They would blindfold each other, and then you'd have to guess which husband you were kissing. She also said that there was one night where it was just four husbands and her and Miranda, and they went upstairs to get into short shorts, and when they came back down, they were so drunk that they got on top of one another and made out with themselves, and the husbands filmed them. And
Okay.
then Miranda in an interview just goes, well, Taylor's not wrong. And so she goes,
So it was just maybe a little bit more than just kissing.
so I
mean,
think Miranda was so stuck on, like, I didn't physically do anything with another husband. Like,
right, but we were all in the same room together
Right.
doing things.
So Miranda's
Yeah.
like, maybe I am a swinger. I don't know. You guys tell me if I am. So Miranda then takes full accountability to Taylor, and Miranda says that she felt so wrong and so out of control at the time about things that, and she was just so embarrassed, and she let the fear of judgment take over rather than doing the right thing, and if she would go back, she would do things differently.
Okay.
So
all right.
she was just so afraid of, like, what her family was going to think and what other, like, even the public was going to think, that
Yeah.
she just didn't want to deal with that. Taylor accepts Miranda's apology and they're on the same page. Taylor says that she has a soft spot in her heart for Miranda and she still loves her. Taylor misses the friendship and she wants to see where this new relationship will take them. She doesn't know if they can be best friends just yet.
Okay.
They really dive more deep into that conversation. Taylor, really admits to being a bad person back then. She even goes as far as to say, I hate her, like referring to her past self.
Okay.
So it was a very open conversation between the two of them, and
Yeah.
Miranda's like, I've seen how you've changed, so I think it's more than fair to give yourself a little bit of grace.
Okay.
But Taylor's like, I just don't know how one person could be so terrible. And she even brings up that at one point she was a loyal wife and a loyal friend, and the more that they did it, the more the lines got blurred.
Yeah.
And she says to Miranda that she won't make Miranda go into detail about everything, but if Miranda's willing to admit that it was like a little bit more than kissing, then like Taylor will accept that and she is able to move on.
Okay. All right.
So it cuts to the girls taking a hayride with the kids, and Mikayla tells the girls that she enjoys being around Miranda more than she enjoys being around Whitney. Oh my god. Macy says that when she's around her, she enjoys being around Miranda, and Jessie says that she's glad that the girls are softening up to her. Mikayla says that she still thinks that the intentions are wrong, but Miranda knows that, so she's willing to like move on with that as long as it's out there.
Okay.
Jessie says that the only thing that makes her nervous is that she's attaching herself to Jen and not them. Why can't she feel comfortable? She's like, why can't it be us? Like, attach yourself to us. And it's like,
You're giving her all this shit.
right. So it's what I was saying
like,
before.
yeah,
like, you guys literally came and attacked her. Then Jesse,
Right.
you invited her ex and all these people to this party
Yeah.
to get to the bottom of something you have no reason to get to the bottom
Yeah.
of. It's not your shit. And it's like, and now you're all confused as to why
Yeah.
she's not hanging out with you. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Why does she like the person that's reaching out and
Right.
comforting her and wanting to talk to her and hang out with
and
her?
sympathize with
Why
her.
why
and-
would she like that person?
You guys, I can't with this group. So it cuts to a therapy session. Mikayla goes to a sexual trauma specialist. And Mikayla explains that she wants to take her power back from her mom. She notices everything she has pushed down has been spilling out into other aspects of her life and relationships. So it just shows her going through different scenarios and different exercises with the therapist. The therapist tells her to pretend that she's like the person that she hates the most. What would you say to them back then?
Okay.
And it seemed like a very healing experience. At first, like she couldn't even like get a sentence out of like trying to tell the person how much she
Yeah.
hated them. And so then the therapist kind of like guided her through that. So it was like a really like open, and for her to invite cameras into that is like very
Yeah, definitely.
Like-
yeah.
emotional and raw. So
Yeah. Good for her.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I was watching it. I had to pause it a couple times. I'm like, oh my god, this is heavy. This is heavy. Then we go to Whitney's house, and Taylor and Macy are going over to meet her baby. Taylor says that she wouldn't call Whitney her best friend, but she doesn't have any issues with Whitney right now.
Okay.
So she's here if Whitney needs anything. Macy says that Whitney previously reached out to her to hash everything out. So it cuts to a clip where Macy and Whitney meet up. Whitney's still pregnant at this point, and Macy's explaining to Whitney that she reached out every so often, but Whitney never responded. Macy says that Whitney then posted their personal text online, and it cuts to a TikTok.
Okay.
And it's Whitney's TikTok, and it's a screenshot of her messages to Macy.
Okay.
The comment that she was responding to was, why couldn't you have even texted your best friend that you weren't going to her event?
Yeah.
And the screenshot included the text where she told Macy she wasn't going to her event.
Oh, so she did tell her?
So it wasn't, I paused it and I read the whole thing. It wasn't the greatest, it wasn't the best worded message I would have sent. It wasn't what I would have sent to my best friend to explain I can't be there.
Yeah.
It was very selfish.
Yeah.
It was very much about me.
Okay.
But she does say in the message, I have been so depressed and sad and not myself lately, and I have seen myself get angrier and angrier and angrier, and my response now has just been anger. I can't be around these girls right now, so I can't make it to your event. I love you.
So can't make it. This was prior to.
This was prior to her event.
Because last season, like, she didn't.
Right.
I was under the impression that
we all were, because Macy
she
said
didn't
that
say anything.
Because Macy said I hadn't heard from her.
Okay, all right.
So that message, it seemed like she was saying it. Yes, was it not the best message? But she did say, I can't come to your event. She didn't just
not show up and not say anything, though.
And then the messages under it are Whitney reaching out to Macy and Macy not responding.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or responding half. I'm filming now. I'll call you later. Okay. I'm doing not. And Whitney's like, okay, that's great. Like, hope it goes well.
Wow.
And then reaches out later.
Yeah, because we were all under the impression that Whitney just didn't say a word, didn't
I don't know.
show up.
I paused that and I read every single message on that thread. If there's something else I'm missing from a TikTok, I was gonna try to go scroll back and find that TikTok, but I don't have time to do that. So I did pause it.
Okay. Interesting.
Whitney then does take accountability and says that she wished she would have just talked to Macy instead of running away.
Yeah.
Macy says that she does think Whitney regrets a lot of what she did. And Jesus says to forgive thy neighbor, so that's why I'm forgiving. I don't think Whitney was in the wrong there. I know, you guys, I'm not anti-Whitney like everyone was. Now that people have switched and started liking Whitney since season 4, so now I've redeemed myself here a little bit. But I don't think even in this moment, I think Macy needs to look at herself too.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I think that there's something there where Macy maybe comes off a little goody-goody, and maybe you're allowing the other girls in the group and their opinions and their hatred towards Whitney so badly,
right,
that you've let it affect your friendship with her.
Yeah.
So Whitney asked what happened at the Halloween party. So now we're back at her house with Taylor and Macy. Whitney asks what happens at the Halloween party, and they download her on everything. Whitney says that she's missed being around the girls, and she misses them all together. She says, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but she thinks she's ready to come back to Mom Talk.
Oh, okay.
So I know that Miranda, Jen, it seems like Taylor and Mikayla would all be okay. No, Macy.
Right.
Sorry.
Macy, yeah.
Jen, Miranda, Taylor, and Macy would all be okay with it. I think you'd have to fight Demi, Jesse, and Mikayla.
Right.
So
interesting.
4 against 3 to add someone. We'll see. It ends with Jen. Jen pulls up to her house. She's driving. She says she feels lonely and isolated, and it feels like Jesse and Demi are trying to sabotage her and her relationship.
Okay.
She pulls up to the house and gets out and is very visibly holding pregnancy tests, and she tells Zac that she's 10 days late, so they should take a test together.
Oh, okay.
She comes out of the bathroom and starts crying and says that she's scared. In an interview, she says that she's just worried because she doesn't know where her marriage stands. And then they flip it over and it shows that Jen is pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And Jen just starts crying on the couch, and Zac hugs her, and her daughter comes up and says, "Why are you sad?" And she doesn't answer her daughter, and then Zac just picks up their daughter and hugs her. And
She should have put the test in a cake. That's how you that's how you reveal it. Yeah.
That's how you reveal it. Yeah.
Piss-filled cake. Yep.
Yeah. That's the only acceptable way.
Huh. So, oh man, this is a lot.
Yeah. And that was the end.
Wow. And how many kids do they have already?
2. This
will
be their
third. To have a third.
Yep.
And things are on the rough patch.
On the rocks.
Oh boy.
But it's everyone else that's sabotaging their marriage.
Right. All right. Well, that was that's a lot to take in.
It is.
I'm gonna struggle next week with my recap, but I thought I was gonna struggle this week. It wasn't the best recap this week, but I'll do better next week. I'll try at least. There's a lot going on here, but no, we'll get back to it next week. Also, we're working through the Unwell Winter Games or whatever the hell it's called.
It's the Unwell Winter Games.
Yeah, Demi's on there, Dakota's on there.
Yep.
I'm learning about other influencers and reality stars and yeah, so we'll keep going. Next week will be season 2, episode 4?
Episode 4.
And there's 10 plus a reunion in this season.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We really appreciate it. If you can follow, subscribe, comment, review, rate, all the things you can do on the podcast platform that you're listening on, we would appreciate that. If you want to shoot us a comment or a question, realityhitsmatt@gmail.com. Be sure to follow us on Instagram @realityhitsmatt. Same on TikTok @realityhitsmatt. And thanks for listening.
Thank you.